Alright, just bear with me. Pulling it up now. Oh, you already subbed? Oh, so you already you on the view now? Mm-mm-mm. And then we'll go to Messenger. How you send a message on here? Boom. Right there. Okay, you're on the thing. And in case you're not, I sent you the link. Alright. So you should be able to hear me on the stream. So I can show you this stuff, okay? I want you to take notes, okay? Alright, so this is the gun bunch. And what usually it is just a vertical concept. Now, if you're just running a bunch of verticals, what you're doing is you're pulling all those zones back. So you don't want to necessarily pull all those zones back. You want to have like it leveled. You want to split them out. So what we're going to do is we're going to space them out, have our levels, and still have our vertical concept, okay? So let me break it down. I'm going to show you two things that you can do to make this play better. And I'm going to show you how to even make it even more better here in just a sec. So the first thing you're going to do, this whole scheme, you're going to motion him to the slot, okay? Now when he's in the slot, it's going to allow us to get this hitch route. Alright? That's the first thing. Second thing you can do is you need to take the halfback, put him in a wheel route. Now what that's going to do, that zone's going to pull towards Williams first. And then when Washington goes to the outside, Washington's going to pull those zones and Williams is going to be wide open. Okay, regardless, whatever zone they are in, watch what happens. He's going to pull, bam, wide open. Alright? Alright, so anytime they're in any zone, and you're not sure what coverage they're in, that's what you're going to do, okay? Now, that's going to force them to play man. If they don't want to use it, they're going to have to play man on it. Now, if they play man, what do we got on the other side of the field? We have the wheel route. Alright? Now, I'm going to show you how to make that even better. Because, see, you don't want two routes so close to each other, right? Because if they're close to each other, they're pulling zones over there. You want to space them out, okay? I'm going to show you how to make this even better. Alright, so we're going to still keep this. We're still keeping that. We're still keeping the wheel route with the halfback. Now what we're going to do, we're going to motion him outside this time, okay? You're going to take your tight end, motion him inside, send him on a drag. So your route, your shit should look like that, okay? That drag route is going to pull all those linebacker zones down, and Renfro is going to be an option against zone, as well as Williams, and then, like I said, against man coverage, you got Jones. So just to show you how we pull the zones, you have easy, quick passes. You know, go back into it. I can show you the instant replay, how everything kind of spaced out. Yeah, everything's about to be open. Just watch what's opening up. We'll start from the left side. From the left side, you see how he was going to kick out to the running back? So we had that route. The tight end route, which we went to, what he does is when he crosses down, those linebackers bite down just a little bit. Now sometimes they might not. They might back up, you know, but they recognize you're coming under into their zones. They're going to pay attention to you. See how he bit down? All right. But he was wide open. We took him, but you could have pump faked. And you see over there on the right, you got the wheel route. All right, so let me show you some more stuff that I've been working on. All right, so the next play, you can still take this whole entire scheme and kind of do the same thing. So the next one is going to be in single back bunch, okay? Now, single back bunch, I've learned that if you run the wheel route in here, these are short wheel routes. Okay. You know, remember how when we was in gun bunch, the wheel route damn near went to the sideline, and you see how this one is only going to the numbers. Okay, so what you're gonna do, I'm gonna show you how to scheme the motion in this one. The motion in this one is gonna be motioning your guy right here where I'm on, Jones. Just motion him outside. Okay, we're gonna keep the spacing concept, but we're gonna have a verticals. Okay, so I would prefer that you motion hike him as opposed to letting him set his feet. That way he gets a free release, you know, if they're trying to press. So you're going to look like that. He's going to pull those zones down, and that running back is going to get through in that soft spot, you know, usually behind it. Now, if not, you can always make adjustments. Let me see. Go back into it. And like I said, you can always make adjustments. So let's say I want to pull deep zones back. I might want to take the slot, put him on a streak, and I still want that wheel route like that. And I don't want them to connect, so I just put him on a smart route, in route, like that. Motion hike him out. And then boom. Wait. See how he pulls zones? You can wait on it a little bit, you know, and usually have the halfback over there or any underneath check down route. Forgive me, because trying to see what else other route concepts that I use. Let's say you're getting them with this motion, right? And you're getting them with the hitch route. The other thing that you can do is you can create like a little crossing concept. So what you're going to do is you're going to smart route your hitch route this time. You're going to drag your tight end and do that with your halfback. You can run it like this. Okay? And that spaces everybody out. You got to check down out the backfield, easy 2-3 yards. Okay. So if you're not sure what people are doing, you always want to make sure you got check downs. And the other thing that I like about gun bunch is you can make it a 5 wide. Okay. So you can motion the halfback out to run dual drags. And, you know, hold up. Let's say, hold up, let me give you a better formation. Let's say we have this other play that I like to use, the Z spot. You know, remember what I told you about this route that he runs, okay? It's very special, especially when you smart route it. It goes 20 yards instead of 10, okay? And it beats a lot of different zones. So when you motion him, you can then proceed to run routes underneath him, like that. All right, so we'll do the crossing routes like that. And then we could probably like put him back outside. And then we could take Renfro, motion him over like that. See all the stuff that we can do? We can have the pump. Look at there. Look at that. Okay? So it's really, every time you come to the line, don't pick a base play. You're always going to want to make adjustments. So I'm going to show you a couple other, like the mesh spot. This is actually a pretty good play to use inside the red zone. And like I said, the wheel route in all mesh spots, not just this one, it's all mesh spots, it's going to be a short wheel route. Okay, see how it just goes up and then it's like a vertical instead of going all the way to the sideline. All right, I'm gonna show you how to get this wide open. All right, so all you're gonna do is you're gonna take this guy, motion him in. You can either give him an in route or a flat route. We're gonna go with the latter and take the flat route. Motion him out. Okay, now we can do the same thing on the other side of the field. Okay, we can take him. We can give him a flat route and motion him out, or we can just give him an in route and motion him out. Like, we'll just give him the flat route with the ladder, okay? So now, what we're going to do now is we're going to take R1 and just give him a deep in route. and smart route it. So now we have spacing. Those outside corners have to respect the flats. And you're basically, what this is going to do is Washington should get wide open. Usually what you want to do, though, to get him wide open is you probably want to motion like this tight end over or a receiver over. Because you want to pull zones away from him. So let's say we run it like this. Okay? And then just watch Washington. Boom. Look at that. Did you get it all, or do I need to run it through you again? Okay, I'm just going to show you one more time. And like I said, you could do this to either side. Just take these flat routes. Move them to the slot, because it's the only way you're going to get the flat route. Just like that. And then you can take Renfro. Deep in route, smart route it so you can pull the coverage. Just like that. You can look on both sides of the field. You got the tight end wide open over there. Yeah, it's tough to defend. Yeah, and then all right, here's the thing. You're gonna need the single back bunch. Watch the plays that I added. All right, we got the counter run. Now, if you're using the wheel route and you keep doing this motion over here, their user is gonna start paying attention to it. Okay, and the counter run is pretty good in this formation, dude. Like, you can get easy 5-10 yards per carry. And the thing, like, when you come out in the gun bunch, they're gonna start playing pass defense, especially if you're like real good in it. And then you can just audible down. If they're in any type of man coverage, the counter run is gonna get through. Now this is the CPU's in cover 3 on this. Now, but if they get down and start using man coverage and they're not really blitzing, because they want to defend your routes, you audible to a counter. Another route that I like to use is this bench comeback route. And I'll usually just send him on a streak to pull zones back, and I'll just go to that little slot route but by Renfro. See how he's open? I'm trying to show you what else. There's another formation that I'm actually working on. Let me see. Because you got your bunch quads in here too, so you can really mess people up with this formation. So what I like to do is I just take an under route like that. You can't motion the outside routes, but you can motion these slot receivers. So we'll take the tight end. Express. Man, I watched the dude 618 last night. That's up. All right, you want to know how to stop the Wildcat? Okay, I got you. No. He wouldn't fumble the ball. He ran the whole game. Just turn your aggressive tackle, aggressive strip on. If they do that. That's all you. Anytime you play Lamar Jackson, always turn aggressive tackle and aggressive strip on, and then focus the quarterback on the option. That is mandatory. Every time you play the Ravens, that's the first thing you go to. And then here's the thing: don't even try to tackle him. Just run into him. Just move your guy to where he touches him, and it's like a 90% chance that Lamar will fumble it. With those settings, you ain't even got to tackle him. Just run into him. Just bump him with your shoulder. If he tries to do anything funny with you near him, he's gonna fumble it. No, turn your aggressives on, and then just run into him. Like you don't even really gotta try to tackle him. Don't even try to hit stick him. He'll fumble it based on those settings alone. That's why I like playing the Ravens, because they start doing that shit, and you fuck their ass up, and then they get mad and they want to quit. Like another way you can run this. You see this? You're still watching the stream. You see how Renfro's running his route? You could run it like that. And he'll pull zones outside. Your halfback gets wide open against the middle linebacker. I'm trying to think of every possible scenario. I don't use the runs in this formation. If you want to run, audible to the bunch tight end. Bear with me, I'm trying to find where it's at. Gun bunch tight end, and you have like your inside zone or outside zone, whichever one you prefer. And usually all I'm doing from this scheme is I'll motion him over and then hike it in the same spot and then just run it like that. And what that does, that opens up my little my pass that I like to use out of there. Was that the PA? You just cancel the play action. Just like that. And you still motion this guy over, and his route runs deep enough to where he'll beat any cover 3 when he turns. Watch. He's just gonna be a slight advantage. And he'll get over the top. Trying to see what else there was that I like to use. You know about my bunch trail, where you remember the wheel route that I was just showing you. If you keep motioning him, or if you're using verticals, you keep motioning him, he's gonna be worried about you running a fucking stick route, okay? A little short route, and then you're gonna fucking hit him with this shit. His user's gonna be fucked up, you know? And you're gonna be wide open in the back of the end zone. Reason why my dudes aren't catching it because I need to respot the ball. I'm too close to the red zone. I like to throw it like 40, 50 yards. Which one? That bunch trail? Hey, I got plenty of plays for you, man. Remember, cover 2. Anytime you see two safeties like this, leave that outside receiver as is, okay? Don't touch it. Leave it as is. The only thing that I would suggest doing is you could either, you want to occupy the other guy. So what you're going to do is you probably take him and then put him in that little hook zone so that linebacker doesn't follow that post route. Okay? So it should look like that. The linebacker doesn't follow the post, and you can dot him up over the top. Okay, so anytime it's cover 2, cover 4, that's what you do. You see 2 high safeties, you take your outside receiver, motion them over like that, put them in a hitch route. Okay? That's anytime cover 2, cover 4, and it get like real glitchy too. Look at there, wide open. That's damn near any play. Like any play that I run in this formation, usually anything will be wide open. Like if I run this bench, I could do it the same adjustments. Watch this. You remember what I showed you with the verticals, right? With the hitch route. All right, we got the hitch and the wheel route over there on that side of the field. So we're keeping our scheme. So if he's dialed in to one side of the field, he's not paying attention to the other side of the field. We still got the same thing going on over there. And look at the halfback escape the backfield. Okay, so it'll definitely get the ball down the field. You can do these same adjustments, like I come in the Z spot and go, and let's say I run a slant in the wheel route, motion him over. Alright, see his route now? Alright, so he could be like a lead blocker. Or see how he got open down the field. The only thing is I probably would have wanted to block the tight end maybe. Let me see. We'll block the tight end and then ID this guy. And then we'll just go like this. And then, hold up, better yet. Watch this. We'll run it like this. Anytime you want a sideline pass, we're going to come over here, get the flat route, motion him back. Alright, so this is going to let us do something else with our running back. Okay, so with our running back, we want to occupy those middle zones. We're just going to give him a curl route. Then we can take this guy and attack the side of the field we want to attack. Like this. He's getting pressed real bad. Huh? I guess he was in man coverage. Usually, you know, I don't think it works much against man. I use that as a zone beater route anyway. It's on random coverage right now, so that's probably like cover 4. And you know cover 4, I just one play on cover 4. That could be cover 6. Quarters over there on that side. No. Some of these nickel formations are real iffy. You know, it could be cover 3. It could be cover 4. And you see, practice mode don't let you to get one plays off every now and then, because they dial into what you're doing and they kind of retune their adjustments. But you know, one play touchdown. See how you come over. Anytime they man coverage, you go to the tight end. If you see your deep routes getting followed, fuck that. Tight end wide open. And like I said, this is the verticals. Let me show you against man coverage. Alright, but let me show you against. Now, I'm going to show you single back verticals too, okay? So, what's that? Good shit. Alright, so the next thing, we're going to pick a man coverage. We'll do like a man blitz. Alright, so let's say you're still doing these settings and over here and he's paying attention to it. Okay? This is the verticals, how I run it. Alright, so we'll move it over here and then drag the tight end. So your verticals should look like that now. You watching? Okay. Now, against man coverage, all you got to do is wait for that superstar corner to go ahead and break to the ball. You know, this is why I say you need to have your speed receivers. Zay Jones ain't really going to beat them, but just feel like you should know. All right, so we could run it like this. Run the drag. And then run like a route like that with the tight end. If you're not sure. Pass lead inside. You got to throw it once they break on the ball. You'll see that little flash. Like if they have a superstar ability, they'll flash. And that flash is going to be an indicator of, you know, when to throw it, okay? So it's a basic free tell. So you could just boom, run a drag, move him over. And I'm going to show you something else that I do out of this too that fucks people up. Alright, so boom, the man coverage, wait till you flash, pass lead inside. You got to be quick with it because those superstar corners, they're a little tricky. Alright, so the other thing that I like to do out of this with these adjustments is I'll still keep the hitch route. I'll still keep the wheel route, right? Now the other thing that I'm doing, I'm going to block the tight end. And I'm going to motion this guy over like this. I've tried running this different ways, but this is probably by far the most effective way. Okay? This is going to give you, except in practice mode. See there with Zay Jones getting wide open. Now if I put Gafford there, it's going to be a touchdown. So let me put Gafford there. And that was against a blitz. And you know the CPU be cheating when they blitzes. Alright, so let's put Gafford here just so that I can show you. Oh, look at you, man. Yeah, see you coming up in the world. Alright, so same thing. Come to the slot. Get the motion. Put the halfback in the wheel route. Just like that, okay? Next thing you want to do is you want to take your outside wheel route, motion him in. The last thing you want to do is you want to block your tight end, or you can give him a block and release flat route or something like that. And doing it like this should give you space where you need to throw the ball. There will always be like a little small hole somewhere on the field. If they like chasing routes, this is definitely the route to bait them. Okay? Because if they start dialing in on that, you're going to have that wheel route to the left. Okay, so let's do it like this. And like I said, you probably run an in route or a drag route. Let's say we could run like a drag route and then block the tight end like that. We could run it like that. If you're not sure, you got the drag route underneath. Easy 20-yard gain. Okay, so that's just probably the most effective way I've run it. You can also run it where you have the wheel route from the tight end go up the middle and then just mesh everything else up. And usually they won't catch the tight end sometimes. Sometimes they do. Okay. They always do that. And then like I said, you got your single back bunch for your runs, like your counter runs and stuff like that if they're playing man coverage or whatever. As long as they're not blitzing, use the counter. If they're blitzing, don't use those plays that take a while to develop. But that's pretty much it as far as my bunch goes. And it's really just spacing. Getting look at Gafford wide open. But the CPU is going to cheat you. But it's just, if there's you want to see the defense. All right, let me show you how to run this defense. Usually I use it against spread, empty, gun split close. Let's play the Patriots so you can see. I know they got that. This is gonna shut down majority of the YouTube cheese. Okay, people that go look for that King Wolf guy looking for cheese plays, and then put it in custom playbooks and try to cheese you with it in head to head. This defense is gonna stop that. Okay, and I'm gonna show you how to run it. Now, the extra thing that I do is I start pressing the corners. Yes, the 4-3 over. Alright, so usually the first thing I want to do is I want to make sure my fastest linebacker, whenever I want to send the man blitz, or if I'm just sending my front six, I'm making sure my fastest guy is in this position right here. Right here. Okay? Now, if I'm sending it from the left, if I'm sending it from the other side, my fastest guy needs to be this guy. Okay? So that's the only thing. So make sure your outside linebackers are pretty fast. All right, so now there's multiple ways that I run this. Okay? I don't run it with the same adjustments all the time. I try to flip them up based on what my opponent does. Like sometimes they start countering how I'm doing it initially. I got to use it the other way. Okay? So I'm going to show you how to get inside heat or outside heat with it. Okay? So we'll just start with like my base play, which is the Mike Blitz. And let's say they come out in any formation where the running back's on the opposite side. You want to make sure the running back's on the opposite side. Okay? Now all you're going to do is you're going to take the D line and crash left. Okay? Now what I usually do is I'll take the quarters and I'll, the safeties and stuff, I'll put them in like coverages deep. And then I might, put like a flat over here. And then I'll user the guy in man. Okay? And then just pass commit. Now what's going to happen is that blind side is going to be free to come right after him. All you got to do, like I said, just crash left. You don't need to move anybody. I'm going to show you real quick. Just crash left, and what's happening is look at that linebacker. He's free off the edge. That's all you got to do, just crash left. Okay? If there isn't a running back over there, he's free. Alright, the next one, that's just the default blitz. The next one is where I start getting different ways to send it. All right, I'm gonna start with the fire zone 2, show you every way I run it. Then I'm gonna show you the cover 3 version, every way I run it. Then I'm gonna show you how to add the cover 4 in. Okay. I'm gonna show you every freaking way. Okay. So let's say they're just in spread, and we'll just go random spread, random play. All right. So usually when they're in spread, those linebackers, they're already where I want them to be. Those are vertical hooks. They're going to chase those little routes 5 to 10 yards. So if they're running slants, streaks, anything like that, usually by the time I'm sending, whoever I'm sending is going to get there before they even pass that zone. The most important thing is whichever side the running back is on, I need to make sure that the edge linebacker is on his side. So what we're going to do, is we're going to flip the play. Okay. I need to put everybody back where this. I need to put everybody back where they was. All right. Let me try this again, because sometimes when you flip play with like alignments get out of proportion. Just bear with me. So I'm gonna go ahead and just flip the play, and I'll show you how to run this. All right, so we'll go random play, and all I'm doing here is 1, 2, 3. I make 4 adjustments. Okay. Watch the 4 adjustments. The first adjustment I do is I get on this safety right here on the opposite side of the linebacker. He's going to be my free rusher, okay? So I'm blitzing him, and I can press him, or I can move the D-line, and he'll come down into the box like that. That's why I like this 4-3 over, okay? The next thing I want to do is I don't want to get beat deep. Soft squats can get manipulated with spread sets if they're running crossing routes. So the next thing I want to do is I want to make sure those outsides are covered. Okay, so I'll put both of them in quarters. The last thing I do is this guy, he's in any zone I want him to be in, and I user with him. Okay, so if I want outside heat, that's how I'm going to run it. Okay, and then just pass commit. 72. And even if they're running, you see how it gets through. Okay, so I'm going to show it to you one more time. Okay. Need to make sure that the blitzing linebacker is on the halfback side. You're going to blitz the safety. You can press, put both cornerbacks in a deep half shell or deep quarter shell so they don't get beat over the top. And it's pretty much stocked like that. You're pretty much going to get around. Okay, you see how he gets through? Show you one more time. You're going to take this guy, blitz him. Just like that. Should look like that. Now we could probably do some adjustments. Like I could probably move the D-line left and crash right. If they're a scrambling quarterback, or if they drop back too far, you can add containment. So when we crash right, look at that free space there. So it gets even more effective when we start doing the D-line crashes. So let's look at it, just so you see. When you crash the D-line right, what happens is we're pulling that tackle inside, and it leaves our free safety edge rusher free shot at the quarterback. Okay? So that's one way you can do it. Now, if they start blocking people, I'm going to show you the inside version. The inside version is the turbo blitz. Okay? This is the one where you have to user it. It's a lot more dangerous, but you know, after you get used to it, it's actually pretty effective. So we'll go back into it, and let's say they start blocking, or they bring extra people that can block. Like they'll come out in a bunch and try to block the tight end. Trying to see if I can find a play to emulate it. Trying to find a play with a block tight end. Just bear with me. I'm trying to find a play with a block tight end. Just bear with me. Well, it'll probably be one of these ones where he's in the box. Like the only ones I see are just runs, so bear with me. And they don't block their tight ends at all or something? Okay, so all they got is just tight end routes. So we'll just pick a random play. All right. So when I want to send the inside heat, there's different ways I run this, okay? And I need you to pay attention, okay? Because I don't give this one away. This is one of the first ones that I posted, okay? This is the other way to run it. When they have block tight ends and shit like that, and they're not going to let you in on the outside, we got to attack the inside, right? And there's two ways you can attack two different gaps on the inside. The first way is you need to take the D line and slide them to the strong side. Okay, that's the first side. Uh-huh. The next thing you need to do is you need to take the D line and crash them to the strong side. Okay? Next thing you need to do is you need to have your coverage deep respected. So we're going to put a deep half over here instead of a quarter, because we're going to do this with our safety. We're just going to bring our safety right here, and we want to shoot between the tackle and the guard. Okay? And see how we got a free gap right there? Okay, I'll show you again as soon as you rejoin. Now you can do this with either safety. So if you're sending it from the right, or sending it from the side that I sent, then you should probably be doing this with your free safety. That way you have the option to cover the slot in case you don't hit the turbo fast enough. So we'll run it like this, and then you can spread your linebackers and contain if you need to, if you think they're going to drop back. And you're just going to take your safety just right here, and as soon as he snaps the ball, you hold down and go turbo, and boom, he's got nowhere to go. Okay, so that's my turbo blitz. Okay, so that's when they start using. Now the other way, now they start moving let's say they move the running back over there to the right to protect that. I'm going to show you the other one that I use. And this is all just the cover 2. Wait till I show you the cover 3, cover 4. There's a lot of ways to run it. All right, so let's say they got a tight end over there that can block, and then they got a running back that can block. Just for the sake of it, we'll use this one. All right, so they're keying in on it. All right, we're still gonna move the D line to the strong side, okay? But instead of crashing to the left or right, we're gonna crash them out. And usually you might want to put your fast linebacker right here. Or if you're not sure, you could probably cover the flat with him, blitz with the corner, and then bring the safety over here like that, okay, or something like that. But we're not gonna here. I got to learn how to do that. All right, let's say we run it like this, okay, and then. And look at the gap now with the linebacker. Okay? So that's the ways that you can get gap assignment pressure with the turbo blitz. You just basically pay attention to how he's blocking, how he's setting up. You can send anybody. The thing about me is I'm exotic. When I start blitzing, I'm sending anybody I fucking want. I don't give two shits. I'm sending, if I want to send somebody, I'm going to send them. Let's say I want to send the corner. Okay, so I might be like, the corner's faster. I might put him in the cloud flat. And then I might take his corner off. You might think, oh, shit's sweet over there. You know, and because I'm a little bit off, I'll put someone in man. You might think shit's sweet over there. Okay? And now let's do that. Spread the linebackers. And Worley going to be a lot faster than that linebacker coming right down the middle. Okay? So I can send anybody I want using that concept. And like I said, you still have the other concept. So you're going to mess up their ID the mic. You're going to mess up a lot of stuff that they're trying to do. Like you can set up good coverages over the top like that. If you're worried about getting beat, you can bring the safety down just like this. And this is with a block running back, I think. Or no, I think he's running a route. And see, I still got my other one. That's with a block running back. But see, he's not really going to go anywhere for real. Okay? You can, and like I said, you could flip these plays. All right, so that's everything from the cover 2. Let me show you the cover 3. So you go into the 4-3 over cover 3. The wheel blitz, there's 2 different versions. There's the wheel blitz 3, and then there's the slant 3-2. Okay? I'm going to show you both of them. Let's just pick same play. Alright, so now go random play. The cover 3, usually what I'm going to do is I'm either going to do one of 2 things. I'm either going to man align, and that's going to correctly match up my safety with the slot receiver and put my linebacker on the tight end. Okay? If they start doing motions, it'll correctly assign the right person with who they can defend, you know, statistically. Yeah, this is the wheel blitz 3. And like I said, you can do the same adjustments with these. If you don't think your linebacker's fast enough, let's say I can put my linebacker in a deep third, because I love sending my safeties. Okay, you just spread the linebackers. Usually you might want to do it with a contain, because when you do it with a containment, it gets real glitchy, because you see how far wide this contain is? Okay? This tackle is going to watch him because he's so wide. But I'm going to move him right here just so that you can see. See how the tackle watches him because he's so wide? So the contain's actually pretty good as long as they're not running the ball. So that's how I run the cover 3. Wheel blitz 3. And like I said, you could do the A-gap pressure same way. Okay, you could send the linebacker or you can send the safety. It doesn't matter. Like I said, boom, you just got to navigate your way through it. He's not really going to have too much open because in cover 3 zone blitzes, those are man match assignments. Okay, so let's say we man align. And then you also want to pay attention to where the running back is. I strongly advise, like against the formations like this, flip the running back. Flip the play. You want to shoot the gap where the running back isn't at. Okay? Just like that. We'll go right down the middle. You find the split. You see where the split is with the D-line? You see how these two are crashing left? This guy's crashing right? That's going to be our gap. That's our easy tell, okay? You just got to navigate through it. That's all you got to do. So that's the cover 3. Now the strong 3 slant 2. Usually what I do against this is I'll put both corners in deep halves. And this one's real funny because when they start doing motions and stuff, what's happening is these guys, they're already matching up. So what I'll usually do is I'll take him and I'll make it like an overload. You could contain if you want. And then I like to use this purple zone on the tight end and press him. This is where that pressing that I like to do comes in handy, okay? So as soon as he hikes the ball, we're just going to keep pressing him. Okay? Don't mind, I was in the wrong zone over there. It's my fault. My bad. Boo-boos happen. Alright? So if you're worried about that, all you got to do is just man align. It's not too... Hold up. Strong. 3 slant 2, just like that. And like I said, all you got to do is get on the tight end, because most people go to their tight end in the clutch. You get on him with a linebacker and keep pressing the stick down. Now in practice mode, he's going to get it, but those corners, their man match principles, they're going to be pretty aggressive. Okay, so you'll get more coverage sacks with this, as opposed to, you know, actually, you know, getting through free like the other blitzes that I do. But it's a good mix, especially if they like to flip their play a lot. Just get in front of them. Here we just kind of tinker with them. You just want to stay with the tight end. Now, practice mode, like I said, they're just going to keep dinking and dunking to the halfback. But anyways, let's get into cover 4. And then I'm going to show you the other way, the most common blitz you'll see. So against cover 4, what you're going to do first, you're going to make sure you're in the fire zone 2 first. Okay? Because if you come out in the cover 4, you're not going to be aligned correctly. So if I come out in the fire zone 2, usually just you want to reset it up. Okay? You want this guy still on the line. Okay? Let me put it right there. And it should look like that. Alright, so you got your cover 4 on the field, and then you still got your blitz set up. And then boom, you can just get through. And not a lot of people know how to blitz out of cover 4. Like most people that blitz out of cover 4 and think they have good coverage don't really have good coverage. They just got 4 guys deep, and they can get carved up on their user. I mean, if you got one user trying to cover everything from left to right, it's not always going to work, you know, especially against spread sets if people know how to attack it. So the best way to do this, all right, so let's say I'm in the fire zone 2. The first thing you want to do is before you flip the play, you need to be this guy needs to be your user. Okay? So that he doesn't move too much. All right? So you're on him and you just re-blitz him. Okay? Take your D-line, crash left, whatever you need to do. I don't know why this guy's moving. He doesn't do it in games. Just do it like that, and then you can contain if they're moving. But since the contain is so wide, like I said, that tackle, he's going to pay attention to it. And it's just going to get you free. See how he went wide? So you force him out and you open the gap up yourself. Yeah, because the contain, and this is like the only formation that I know where that contain gets out wide. Okay, I think it gets out wide in wide 9, but it's a defensive end, and he's already on the line of scrimmage, so it doesn't really cause him to do that as much. That's cover 4. Let me see. I'll try to do this against cover 3. Now, I think the only thing you need to do is move the D-line. And then you can just send him from right there. I don't really contain against this. But it's pretty good. Like, they'll come through. And then I have, of course, my strong safety cover 1. Now what I'll do is I'll still set it up like that's what I'm doing. You see how I've got this guy right here? Someone's knocking on my door. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. Bear with me. Like I said, I'm trying to help you out, bro. And it'll probably take you some practice. What you need to do is you need to find someone that's good. Or someone that can beat you. keep playing them, keep practicing these, keep playing them, keep playing them, and you know, try to come up with all your mix-ups. And the thing about this, if you come out in the cover one, he's going to line up on the slide. All you got to do is just make sure before, like either before you audible or whatever, you don't want this linebacker to move. That the guy that I'm on, you want to disguise whatever you're doing. So I don't know why there, but you want to disguise whatever it is you're doing. So let's say I want to send it from the other side. See, I crashed that side, and we could still crash that D line from that side. Just move that linebacker over there like that. Okay, so it should look like that. And then we can sit right here like we're coming from this side, and he'll be slide protecting over here because he will be hitting him so much from over here, and he'll slide protect over here. And next thing you know, the blitz is coming from the other side. Okay, now like I said, practice mode, you know, it's not going to work as good as it will in the game. I'm just teaching you how to scheme things to work. But those are my audibles that I use: is the cover one strong safety blitz, fire zone 2, strong slant 3-2, cover 4 quarters. Okay. Trying to see if there's any other plays in here that I actually use. Just bear with me. Let's see. Engage a quarters. The cover 3 cloud is good. You can set this blitz up from any formation. You can set it up from cover 6. Like let me show you how it works in cover 6. The first thing, anytime you're in a man match and you're blitzing, cancel the man match. Okay. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you man match, and you blitzing a guy that's supposed to be in a zone, you're going to basically take the numbers away from your defense, and whoever's that you got over there by himself, he's going to get manipulated. So do what you need to do, like you need to cancel the man match. So canceling the man match principle, you hit triangle and defend the sticks. Okay, that's all you want to do is defend the sticks. You still want to set your blitz up. Okay, so you can blitz him. You take your D line and spread your linebacker. That's usually how I set it up. So that's my cover 6 blitz. And then, like I said, just contain, because if he's on the outside like that, that tackle's gonna basically focus him. So watch when it comes. He's gonna go straight for the tackle, and it's gonna free gap for my my user. And like I said, you can send anybody you want. It doesn't necessarily have to be the linebacker. You might not have the fastest linebacker in the world. So let's say you do that, contain, and let's say I want to send let's say I just want to send the safety. You know, I can bring the safety down here and swap him. You know, you'll play some people that do stuff like that. Okay, and the safety, like I said, safety's faster. You know, he's gonna disrupt them a lot quicker. Okay, but that's pretty much the 4-3 defense in a nutshell. That pretty much covers everything you can do out of it. Other than that, it's probably just depth chart adjustments that you might need to make. But the main thing is I make sure I got guys out there that can hit and play zone. If you have guys that have the aggressive play ball tendency, that's definitely a plus. But yeah, that's it. And like I said, every day, you know, if you have a question, man, come to me and I'll stream for you, and I'll try to teach you some stuff to make you better. Okay? My phone didn't die, did it? Oh, my phone died. Alright. I forgot to charge it, man. I had just got it out of the what you call it. Be right back. Put it on charge. Wasn't even paying attention. That motherfucker just died. God damn. old charger. Alright. Feel free to type in the comment section, okay, if you have any questions. I can show you some other defenses or offenses as well. And I'm down to help. Bear with me. I put that bitch on charger. I forgot to charge it, I just took it straight out of the phone, started using it. Straight out the damn box. Hey, but let me charge my phone, bro, and hit me up probably about 10 minutes, 20 minutes or so. You can hit me up on Facebook or whatnot. And if there's any questions you have, my dude, I got you. I'm definitely gonna make sure you know everything that I know. Alright?